essential small town of Oakdale, California. This is Here for the Story, a cozy podcast about books, creativity, and connection.
Each week, we'll be sharing what we're reading, what we're working on, and chatting with authors, creatives, and fascinating people from our little corner.
Today, we're talking about reading outside of our comfort zone or outside of what we normally read.
Whether that's trying a new genre, finding a swore wasn't for you, or discovering an author, or even a whole genre that you never thought you'd enjoy. We're excited to talk about the books that surprised us, or the ones that absolutely didn't, and whether we think every reader should branch out every once in a while. Let's dig into it.
Let's do it. What are you drinking and reading?
This cute mug that I got from Storybooks and Toys, which
Cheers.
you can see. Cheers. I brought some for Lauren today. As you know, listeners, I think I've shared that I'm in the Order of the Chalice for Velvet Hammer. Did
I don't
say
know that you have.
Okay, so they have
Official announcement.
official announcement. I have selected or applied for the Order of the Chalice, which is like their ambassador program.
The Order of the Chalice.
Isn't
That is
this
so fitting.
Fun.
Okay.
I'm like a knight.
Basically,
Which is actually fitting because my son just finished Camelot and Camelottle, and he was Sir Lancelot.
I love that.
They're
Yes.
both knights.
Yes. That's beautiful.
So anyway, they are doing this thing called Tropical Vacation. Trope vacation, if you will.
Yeah.
And I just did an unboxing video of the things that come with the Tropical Vacation, and one of them is their lovely elixir, which we are both having today, which is the Inner Light elixir, which I feel like is a good summer
Yes.
drink. It's a good
Yes.
summer bev. So anyway, I'm drinking that, and I'm reading. Let me grab my list.
She's got a list.
I always have a list. Well, okay, so recently I just finished Light Wielder, which is the second book.
I'm so excited.
From Metal Slinger by Rachel Snyder. You haven't read it yet.
No, but I almost want to know, so I might have to ask you just because.
You might have to ask me what?
Some spoilers, just
Oh.
because I think my anxiety about it is high.
Yeah.
That I'm scared to open it, and there's some questions that I have that I'm willing to have answered so that I can read it and have a tiny bit of peace.
Yes.
When I was a kid, I was always like, just tell me if the horse lives.
Well, we've talked about this before, I think even on the podcast too, where I will not watch a reality show without looking up the spoiler of who wins first.
Yeah.
But it makes it so much more interesting to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it's because I can see what the producers or the people who edit it are doing when they're making a show, and I think, oh, they're making it look like he's not going to win or she's going to win because they want this tension, and it actually... Anyway,
Yes.
so I
Okay,
get that.
so Light Wielder.
So back on track, sure.
We got you.
Light Wielder, I will say, I was nervous too going into
Okay.
it because I loved Metal Slinger, and I read Metal Slinger twice because we did it once on my own and then once with book club, and I was afraid I was going to forget things, so I needed to get white. I actually feel like even though I read it last in August, I didn't need to read it again.
Okay.
So I was happy with that
I love that.
decision, which is great for me because I reread books most of the time right before.
Okay.
So a lot. I felt like the hardest part for me was that I am in the busiest season, and we've talked about this. You are in a busy season too, and so the struggle for me was the fact that I didn't have more than a half an hour to read it at night, and so it felt like it took me a really long time to read it, but it wasn't because of the book, it was because I was falling asleep.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was so tired and I couldn't stay up past 10 or whatever. So I think if I would have had more time, like if I was on a vacation and I was able to read it, I probably would have.
Anything else?
I want to
She
spoil
says
it,
she's
but I
got a
don't.
list. Don't spoil
I
it
do,
yet.
okay. But I am excited to talk to people about it because that's the thing with Rachel Snyder is she, just as a writer, I think she's not afraid to go there. And she talks about this in other podcasts where she loves the tension, she loves the twists and turns, she loves betrayals. And I'm not talking about this book necessarily, but just like who she is when she writes her books. And so I think I'm excited to talk to people about it, which is one of my favorite things.
We'll have to do a separate podcast just on Rachel Snyder because I have comments.
So the other books, so I am still on my reread and ruin, which is the third book. I started listening to it on graphic audio.
Okay.
Have you ever listened to it?
No, I'm a little nervous because I've heard clips and I don't know that I love some of the voice actors.
Oh, okay.
So
I just think it's so fun having sounds.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Like people walking.
That always
doors
throws
shutting.
me off.
I'm like, this is so cool. Except for I was running and I thought someone was walking behind me.
Yeah, that's what always gets me. I'm like, bird? There's no bird here.
I turned around multiple times on a run and I was like, wait, where is that voice coming?
So from now on, we're going to just see people walking and their headphones on and they're just like,
yeah.
Okay, so that's fantastic. Good advice.
I also in like 3 parts, so I don't know if I'm going to finish by
wow.
the fall.
Is that on Audible?
Subscription where you get like unlocks of certain...
Cool, okay.
But I'm thinking when that one ends,
you know, sometimes they have different audiobooks, like it's different actors or whatever, so I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up and see if it's the same.
The actors for the first 2 books were not graphic audio, and so...
Is it the same people?
No, you know who it is, who plays the man, who plays Rhysand, is Andrew Palmini. You don't?
No, you're gonna
listeners, tell me if you know who Andrew Palmini is. Okay, he just has like a great voice.
Is he cute?
As Rhysand. I don't know, but I don't picture him.
I try not to look up voice actors because I've seen a few where I'm like, that guy looks like something out of like a porno from the 70s.
Oh gosh.
Some of them look weird, and
Well, you can't picture them. You have to picture the.
Yeah,
what's
I'm
the
aware.
Name of
the AI.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, we have to go sidetrack. Husband and I were talking about the mashup.
Okay.
And the game that we played at the bookstore, and how you like had to pick your celebrity loves. And I was saying that I had a hard time with it because I wasn't into like the boy bands and a lot of the people that people really loved celebrity-wise, I just don't find attractive.
Okay.
And so we started looking up like heartthrobs of the 90s. And handsome. And so I looked up Tall, Dark, and Handsome, and the AI version of Rhysand came up. I was like, this is not a real person.
Also not in the 90s.
Which was so funny. But anyway.
That's awesome.
We also saw a bunch of photos of old celebrities. I'm so off track. Some of them really look like they're wearing a wig. I'm just going to say. Yeah. It does not fit their face whatsoever. And I think there are only a few that I think can pull it off. Yeah.
Anyway. I'm hit or miss on long hair. So
I like a man bun. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But when it's down, if it doesn't have some curl to it, I feel like it just looks greasy. Like a little Snape-ish.
Or it's like flat.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. So what else? Okay, so we got audiobook, we've got
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm going to keep you on track.
I know. Okay, so then I have started The Ballad of Fallen Dragons by Sarah Parker and Fury Bound, and I still haven't finished them. And I decided to start last night our book club book, which is Every Heart a Doorway by Shannon McGuire. I'm only a chapter in, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
That's a good point. I'm drinking the elixir you brought me. What's the flavor on this one again?
It's like a hint of blood orange.
Okay, that's what it is. It's the orange. I just feel like when I drink it, I forget how happy it makes me as soon as it hits my tongue. Which they say that about like essential oils. But like I'm not one that just goes around drinking orange. I
don't think I am either. But
I
thought about it.
So, okay, far as I'm reading.
Yes.
Started Fever Dream by Elise Silver.
Yes.
Then was kind of kiboshed because I was like, you know what? I don't know that I'm ready to read this yet because she had done a little thing saying that everyone's connected. So now I think I might go back and read the other ones so that I can get the full story. And then just felt the need for a little bit of Devony Perry. I have a stack of Devony Perry books that I haven't read. And I was like, you know what? I need to just dip it because her books are kind of like a warm blanket for me.
And they're contemporary romance?
Yeah.
Because I haven't read anything other than her fantasy
they're like
books.
set in Montana, and I think I start reading. I don't even read them. I do a lot, but anyways, started Juniper Hill. I don't even know if that's what it's called. Indigo Ridge. Yeah, Indigo Ridge is what it's called.
Juniper Hill and Indigo Ridge do not sound
not
similar.
The same. They're not the same. So, a chapter left.
Oh wow!
And I started it the other day. It's been a weird week. Started Every Heart a Doorway. I've paused on that. It's funny. I'm like, I'm over here with all these open books and I haven't really quite finished any of them. And I'm like, let me just open another one.
Can I tell you, I was having the same conversation with Adri from book club, and she was telling me about the story she just finished, which I can't even remember what the book is now.
She just finished To Drown a Witch.
No, well, she did finish that, but before that, she finished one, and she was like, 10 out of 5 stars or something, and I was like, I need to read that.
God. Kiss of the Gods.
Kiss by the Gods?
Kiss by the Gods, yes.
So now I
say I've seen reviews for it. So sometimes when they suggest stuff nowadays, I'm like, is it that good?
Yeah.
And then there's the other gal who's now become very controversial, or I don't know, I feel like she just woke up one morning, and this is probably not accurate, but I feel like she just woke up one morning and was like, I'm going to start really not liking this. And she's just like,
she's burnt out.
2 out of 5 star
Poor
on like so many books, and I'm like, this is funny because it felt like for so long she was posting all these books she likes, and now I feel like she's, I don't know, maybe it's a grab at, she's getting more views off of there. But so when I saw Kiss by the Gods, I was like, I don't know. But then Adri sent us her comments, and I was like, these are the comments I needed to open this book.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I'm always like, don't get bamboozled by someone, but I also respect her opinion. So maybe this is me taking advice from a friend, but it's lower on my list still, so we'll see if it makes it to the top of the TBR pile. Yeah,
I feel like I have books that are in the top of the TBR because they feel more, I don't like the word obligation, but I feel
Right.
I just got, actually, where's my little tote?
Yeah.
Speaking of.
A book.
You can see on YouTube my cute little tote. Isn't this adorable?
It is.
But
it's so mini.
I know. I've never seen such a mini tote.
Yeah.
I just thought it was really cute. But it came with the book. I was going to ask you. This one, In the Veins of the Drowning by Kaylee Cassidy.
I have not heard of that book.
On YouTube, or not YouTube, Instagram, and on Goodreads, just to get a feel of it. And it's got lots of reviews. And they partnered with Velvet Hammer to include their book in their tropical vacation. And so now I'm like, the fact that I haven't heard anything about it actually makes me want to read it even more, because I have no side noise. No one telling me it's good, no one telling me it's bad.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fun, like, well, this is just, it could be anything. It's like a present you didn't know you needed. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's parts. Because I see this, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like, there's black pages. And whenever I see like, if you see darkness, it means there's image.
Yeah.
And this says it's parts.
So part of me wants to start that today too.
YOLO. Do it.
YOLO.
Tell the people how it is.
Wait, can I show you one more thing from that? This
Please.
has nothing to do with what we're doing.
Well, we love
How cute is this?
Yes, I love
It's a hat for those of you who aren't watching. It's so
It's
cute.
a book beach hat.
Tropical Vacation, and it says Velvet Hammer on the back. But I
Love
just think, anyway, this, we'll link. Can we link my link? Is that
Yeah,
okay?
absolutely.
We'll link it in the show notes if you want to get your own Tropical Vacation beach tote.
Or if you want to get yourself some Velvet Hammer.
Well, and the fun thing is, too, if you use that link, apparently you get the free gift. It's like a glass crown stirrer. Like, you have a stirrer for this, but it's made out of glass and it looks like a crown.
Love it.
My husband, I showed him the reel I made, and I have one part of it where I'm like, okay, and he's like, okay, queen.
That's awesome.
Anyway.
That's fantastic. Okay, so this is going to move us into...
We are moving into the real
we're going to move into our chat about books today.
Reading outside your comfort zone.
I think has a question for Lauren, apparently.
Well, because I think that this is a good intro. So we'll get our feelings out first and then maybe have some more fun questions. I'm going to make you cry. Well, if you want to cry,
I kid.
do it. A bookseller, a person who is constantly talking to people about books. Do you think that most people who walk into your store are naturally sticking to their comfort zones, or are you seeing any sort of trend where people are coming in and they're kind of tired of what they have and they're looking to branch out? What's more?
I think people often are trying to branch out.
Really?
Yeah. I think that people like to be comfortable, especially right now in an uncomfortable world. And I think people seek comfort, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I do, however, feel that we constantly seek comfort, there will be something wrong with it, or there will be a detrimental impact.
Right.
So yeah, I think a lot of the times people are coming in here and but oftentimes people things they feel like waste their time versus seeing what they got out of it.
Well, now...
And I don't mean that negatively. I think that, I think we just...
Do you think that people are maybe confusing that they don't like a specific genre with the idea that maybe they just haven't found the right book in that genre? Like they're just...
Feed a child food they don't want to eat. They don't like the way it looks. They don't like the way it smells. They don't want to eat it. So they just fight you tooth and nail on it. Or they're like, and then they taste it. And more often than not, they'll be like, okay. But sometimes it's, I think you've convinced yourself in your mind you're not going to like something.
Right.
For all people. But I do think that a lot of the times we kind of convince ourselves of things and don't truly open up to it. But then there are definitely times when we do truly open up to things. Mm-hmm. But if you're not willing to open up to something, you're probably not going to do it.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, because I do think if I'm going into a store, especially like Story, where there's so many books that I maybe haven't heard of, and it's so intentionally picked out, like every book that you have in here you ordered specifically, then I'm going to branch out. Like I am going to get your opinion or see what other opinions are, see what is out there, and it's usually not what I am necessarily going to read. If I am just looking for comfort, I know where. So going into a bookshop to me is more of the idea. So I'm interested to hear the fact that you think that that's kind of your opposite experience.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people, and like this, I continue to use the word I think, and I could I believe that people's time is so precious that we read tons of books a year. There are people that read maybe 1 to 5 books a year.
Right.
So during those 5 books, 1 book, they're definitely not.
I think that it can be the same thing. I think I want to enjoy whatever I pick up. And I think, so it doesn't have to be neither. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be either or. It can be, I want to enjoy this, so I want to get the best of X genre or whatever.
And there's, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I do think it is. This goes back to the thing we always communicate, and that's self-awareness. Like, are you willing to jump out of your comfort zone? There's definitely a lot of things that I've done this summer where I'm in a point where I don't want to do something, but I know the sooner I get uncomfortable with it, the sooner I can become comfortable with it.
I love that, and it totally goes right into my next question. So yay! Lauren, you always key me up.
Oh, here we go.
Ready? How adventurous would you say that you are as a reader? Do you intentionally try to mix things up, or do you find yourself gravitating back to the same kind of books? Because I know we talk about seasonal reading for you, and there are some types of genres where you're like, that's a winter.
Beginning of the question?
I need to work on my question.
No, you're
asking. Good. How adventurous would you say you are as a reader? Do you intentionally try to mix things up, or do you...
I am adventurous, and I know this because I actually have tried reading a few things and like going back to it and going back to it and going back to it. You do that because I'm a bookseller. Because sometimes if you just get through, I always joke that Sarah J. Maas's Crescent City, you've never read 700 pages to be fully enlightened by the last 100. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot to do that.
I would say you are.
But I can be. And I think, I will say the book we're reading for book club feels like an adventure because I don't know that I want to read it, but I will be reading it and finishing it, so.
Yeah, we've talked about that. Do you think that there is a book, and it can be with book club or just in general in the last year or beyond, actually, I'm going to broaden the scope, a book that you judged before reading it and then it completely proved you like the best way? Like you thought, I'm not going to like this, and then you felt like, wow, actually, I'm really glad that I read that.
I think that I can remember the exact book that did that for me, and that was ACOTAR.
Really?
Yeah, because I did not read fantasy. I read romance.
You didn't read any fantasy as a kid growing up?
I read Harry Potter, but I didn't go, well, this is a great bridge to another fantastical world. I was like, there's only Harry Potter in my brain. And so I just didn't read that. And I'm a sucker for romance.
I talked to, so dorky, and maybe why I really like romance too. But my biggest goal in life wasn't necessarily to become something or to do something. It was to love and to be loved. It's just, I want to love people and be loved, because there's something so strong about female friendships too, where I feel like to be seen and have people appreciate you and want to hear what you have to say, but also to do that for somebody else is so rewarding.
And that is one segue to reading outside of comfort zone, because memoirs are not a popular genre, is sometimes feeling seen by a complete stranger in a different way. They put it into words sometimes, the things or the thoughts that I've had. I don't even care about people or whatever. And I've just read so many memoirs where I'm like, this is great.
I love this so much because you just answered my last question.
Ta-da!
What's a genre you think gets misunderstood the most and why? And
Yeah.
you were talking about memoirs. Memoirs have such a fun...
Even like memoir biography,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Just learning
is
about
memoir,
someone specific. I think memoir is first person.
Well, and then autobiography is when someone else wrote it.
Oh gosh, don't ask me. I don't know.
But I don't know either right now, and
in my
brain's
brain,
not
biography. My strap's falling down. In my brain, a biography is written third person about somebody else's life, and a memoir is someone writing about their own life. That's not to say that they don't have a ghostwriter, that they don't have somebody writing it for them, but it's in their voice of their time. Story, I just think that's really fun. But I also think learning about one individual can have such a huge impact in your life in ways that you wouldn't have thought. So those are the types of books that gives you a whole different perspective, because we are learning about their lives, and it broadens our scope of, wow, anybody could have that story walking around. You know, the airplane, or not airplane, but airport, like watching people in the airport. Lots of people watch people in the airport, and you just sit there and you think, wow, I wonder where they're going, what they're doing, what's going on in their head.
My favorite is when you have 7 to 8 characters that all intersect but don't know each other.
Yeah.
Those are like my favorite.
There's a movie like
There's
that.
movies like that. There's books like that. But it's just,
that's fun.
We're all connected in a certain way. But also you don't always know everyone's story. And so you just never know what someone's going through.
Yeah.
And that's, when you know that, I think it makes you, people say books make people empathetic. I think when you know that everyone is going through something, it, like when you truly know it, that's when you become empathetic.
Yeah.
Because I've vented about people, but I'm also like, as soon as I'm done venting, I'm like, I don't know what they're going through.
Here. Cheers to that.
Yeah.
I like it.
Cheers to that.
I just get it. Is that...
Cheers. I wonder how that comes up.
It's a really annoying sound for everyone. I'm nervous, actually.
My turn. Don't be. Well, my questions are kind of the same, because this is an interesting topic. I think more or less than anything, people are probably going to hear this episode and just start thinking about, do I want to branch out?
Yeah.
Besides educational or schooling, can you remember a time that you read a book that you were very hesitant to read or didn't want to read, and you were pleasantly surprised by it? So, same question.
Okay, so I'm going to limit myself to this year because I feel like I could do that quite often. I was hesitant or didn't want to, but I'm not going to lie. There is a part of me that was having a little bit of a block on contemporary romance because I had read a few that were not like, I don't really want to. And then we had the great pleasure to have an interview with Camilla Isley. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to read this for the thing. I've never read anything she read. And I went into it expecting, okay, this is probably going to be like the others. Like, I loved
hilarious.
her books. And it wasn't just one. It was both The Heat of the Moment and the other one, which I read that I can't remember.
You Rock My World?
Oh, no, Opposites Attract.
Yeah.
Something like that. Both of those, I do want to read You Rock My World. I honestly gave it like a bad rap in my head because there were other history. Like, I love a historical romance.
Yeah.
So I judged it. And I am so glad that I was quote unquote forced.
Yeah.
Because now I want to read all of her books.
Right.
So that was more recently. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that you went recent. I feel like my brain chemistry has changed so much that now I kind of don't bat an eyelash at picking something random. But it doesn't mean I'll finish it. That's pretty certain. Okay. So we both read diversely, I believe.
Yeah.
Even.
Although I feel like I could do better.
Well, I feel like for the most part, if I was to take you at face value, I'd be like, Sherry reads fantasy.
Yeah.
But not knowing your reading history and knowing you well enough, there's evidence that you definitely. I'm just going to say you read diversely.
Yeah. So that's the thing is more recently I've read a lot more fantasy because I do enjoy it, but I do love me a good
So, out of that though, can you tell me of a book that if you had to read it right now, you would struggle to start?
I can't think of a specific name, but I will tell you specific genre.
Okay.
I don't love war.
Okay.
I don't.
Which is hilarious because you're in Mist and Fury.
Which is
or
so
not
funny.
Mist and Fury. You're in.
And I don't love the politic war of
the
it.
third. Yeah, that's a lot of people's block with that series. I've heard a lot of people stop at that book because they don't like the war part of it.
Yeah. And the thing,
at least it's not World War II.
Well, and here's the thing is that I've read quite a few World War II books that are like not the actual bombing and like, what's the word, soldiers and, you know, the tactical stuff of it. And I loved them. There's a book called Sarah's Key that I read while I was studying abroad in Europe, and then I went to one of the museums that they had there. It was fantastic. I'm really excited about the book that we're going to read in September for book club, which is a World War II book. And so it's not necessarily that, it's the actual, like, more of a historical text type book on, like, they went from here to here, or like I'm looking over at your shelf.
Okay.
Of like maybe I don't think I would be super interested in like the Revolutionary War type book. But then again, so like maybe that's something I need to push myself to try and learn.
Yeah, valid.
I love history, but I think I love the individual stories through history.
Right, or the people
like the women coders.
Yes.
I loved that book that had to do with war too. I just don't really want the like overview of relationships.
Give you more connection. Yeah. Because sometimes those books can be just almost too factual.
Yeah.
They're almost dry.
Yeah. I want some human connection.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Just want to stay connected.
Yep.
Okay. As you have aged, had kids, gotten married. I said aged like this. You're so old.
I'm so old.
So old. You've gotten married. You've had kids.
Yeah.
Has each of those changed your reading influence and desire?
I mean, there are certain genres that I didn't even start until and I read fantasy before kids are being married, so that wasn't really. I do say, I think maybe the opposite effect. Like there are certain ones that I don't read post as much. The self-help books at one point that I thought were really encouraging and just a little too much noise, and there was already enough going on necessarily about improving something. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I still, and we've talked about this, I still find so much through each book that I read that you can take into your life that I think it's just a matter of if I only have so much time.
I think that's another struggle, is just the time.
It's time.
It's why so many people only read as much as they can or read certain things. I feel like the teachers are reading as much as they can right now during summer, because once they get back into school, they're going to have to read papers and grade and stuff. I've had so many teachers. I had a gal come in here the other day and she's like, see you tomorrow, I might be done. And I was laughing because I was like, she won't have that opportunity when school starts again. Time is so limited. It's funny, I've been in like a historical reading bit, and we just restocked history. We're kind of over in the history section. I see these pictures of these women, or their, cell phones, no text messages, no social media, no email, no internet. I mean, communication via carrier.
Yeah.
Zero interruptions.
Right. Have had.
Yeah, but the time.
Yeah.
The things.
Yeah.
It's remarkable to me.
Same.
To think about how much time that. I mean, I remember not busy.
So busy.
So, I was so busy. I had no time for anything, and I would kill to not have that time again.
What is that? It's the whatever fallacy, or not fallacy, but there's something where you will do what you need to get done with it. So, if you only have an hour to take you the full hour. If you have 30 minutes, it'll take you the 30 minutes. Like, you're capable of doing things based on what the time you have.
Yeah.
I definitely misused my time prior to kids. I only had so much time, and I felt like I used it, and I was exhausted. It was real. I felt that.
Could have, but at the same time, I think it's important to, because when they're gone, we're going to have so much time.
That's also true.
I think we just need to acknowledge where we're at, what's going on. Just live in a world of regret, right? Like,
no, that's so true.
Yeah, it's so
I
true.
agree completely.
Yeah, I will say I'm sitting here. We're at this side of the store where this is like the main. And right now I'm looking at the most underutilized section, which is like we don't have a ton of. We do have people, but I'm looking at James Patterson and C.J. Box and Stephen King and Dean Koontz, Steve Berry, John Grisham.
Yeah.
Those are probably books that would be really out of my comfort zone, to be honest.
Oh, same.
And yeah.
Although,
so I think maybe just like having this mini conversation with you, maybe I need to read one of those.
Maybe we need to push ourselves on one to see, and then it's like a thought experiment, and we'll come back to the podcast and be like, okay.
Well, I was actually advised for our book club for next year to be, because it's all genre, is each month having a genre. I select the books, but you guys get to vote on them.
Wait.
So we will have to see if that makes it into the 2027. So, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I think it's fun to branch out.
Yeah.
I always learn more about myself by branching out than I do about anything. It's almost too much. I can't handle it. I feel like, honestly, the older I get, the more I realize the statement of ignorance is bliss. The trueness behind it.
Sure.
Because I get so frustrated by not being ignorant and people who choose to be ignorant, which their choice. But I'm like, bro, if you could only be so less ignorant. Like, come be awakened with me. But anyways, okay. Yes. So you want to move into rapid fire?
I do.
I'm excited for rapid fire this week because, this is kind of like a fun little conversation. And I think the reason we talked about this today was just because we are getting a little bit of it, but also I think it's fun to think about. Hey, do I read in one genre? Good with that? Maybe I want to branch out. If you're just getting into reading and you're like, I really love romance and you're really enjoying it, hey, maybe that's a good time. Like maybe you're, if you're just really picking up speed on reading. So
yeah. But
today's gonna be out of the box. We're gonna do historical questions, rapid fire, just totally off the cart. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. Because we're always getting requests to try out new questions.
I have to say, I had a lot of fun with this, and I know that I'm kind of like a history nerd, but I got so into it that I actually answered my own questions too, because I felt like we need to answer
Of course. Okay.
So I have like paragraphs.
She's got an explanation for how and why. Okay, you do one and then I'll do one. How about that?
Okay. Dinosaurs or ancient Egypt?
Ooh, dinosaurs.
Okay. Can I just say really quickly?
Yeah.
Because I just have to. Have you seen the theory, and I think I mentioned it maybe in the group chat.
Was it the chicken?
Of dinosaurs actually being like dragons?
Yes. But say it. But anyways, yes.
Yes. So obviously, like they weren't, but there is some.
But are
science.
We sure?
There's some real science that T-Rex probably had feathers, at least some of them.
Okay.
And so, like, many of the close relatives of a T-Rex had feathers, and truth, like, birds have come from dinosaurs. Maybe, whatever. But the idea of them actually having wings instead of the tiny little claw hands, they would need to have, like, elongated finger bones and fused wrist bones and all these other things to have, like, big wings. So, anyway, I just thought it was so funny when I saw that, and I thought, what if the T-Rex was actually a dragon? Or a wyvern, because dragons had 4 legs and wings, but anyway.
And who knew?
Okay, so my next one.
What was your answer, though?
Oh, I said dinosaurs.
Okay, cool. Okay, my turn.
Yep.
Would you rather be on the Oregon Trail or part of the Donner Party?
Oh my gosh! That's so funny. Not the Donner Party by any means. I do not want to be cannibalized.
I mean, some people survived.
Yeah, by being
But then
cannibals.
you would have had to eat somebody.
Yeah, no thanks. But also, I grew up the Oregon Trail because I grew up in Oregon, and so we actually did like the Oregon Trail and went to the museum in Salem with all of the things. And so I feel very connected.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I
So
have that
Oregon
question
Trail
like
for
that.
Sherry. I love it. Let's do
The
like,
Donner Party.
I just feel like there's got to be a bigger story here that wasn't discussed. There's got to be secrets that weren't unleashed.
Yeah.
There's a much bigger story than was told or taught. Also, I also think that, like, what a time to be alive.
What a time.
Like,
or
what
not
a time you're so desperate.
Yeah. Okay, Vikings or Cowboys?
Cowboys.
Oh, I love that you go straight to cowboy, you little Midwest girl.
I know, but not like
Midwest. West
I don't do the giant broody.
You don't want the what's his name
I'm
from the football?
4'11", so I don't need some like. Also, I don't even know if I should put this on the podcast, but like I'm this small and you're this big. I'm like,
how does that work?
how does the like how does that work?
It doesn't. I just thought something
like, am I just intimate with, we're having intimacy. Am I looking at your belly button?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
It doesn't work well.
Okay, anyways.
Which is funny because I totally chose Vikings not in that.
And the long hair gets it for me.
The mythology,
yeah.
the like ships, although I don't, I get seasick, so that probably wouldn't be good for me.
Yeah.
But I feel like, think of the soccer player, everybody in the World Cup. The Viking man. What's his name?
Yeah, no idea.
But he like walks around like all hulky, and I'm like, this is funny to me. I love a cowboy. He wouldn't consider himself a cowboy, but
yeah, he's comfortable.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, your turn.
My turn. Would you rather be on Apollo 11 mission to the moon or have discovered King Tut's tomb?
Discovered King Tut's tomb all the way because I don't want to leave this earth. That sounds terrifying.
She's like, not going to space.
But also, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Although, if you have to be underground too, holy claustrophobia.
Ugh, that's the biggest fear.
No thanks.
Besides some other things.
No thanks. Sword or a bow and arrow?
Bow and arrow.
Yeah, same.
Katniss.
Same!
She just made it for me. I was like,
yes.
Women and bow and arrows.
Also, swords are heavy.
Yeah. And sharp. I'd probably hurt myself. Like, I don't need to be, it's like, I don't need to hold that weapon that could hurt me as well.
I want to go, you know how they have the axe throwing places? I want to do a bow and arrow place. Like, I want to go.
You should come over to our house. We'll set up a.
Do you have a bow and arrow at your house?
No, but we can get one.
Oh, okay.
We got space to shoot an arrow.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
You have that space.
Would you rather have built the Eiffel Tower or the Statue of Liberty? So, my questions are made by my husband, so this is fun.
I like it. No, that's one.
No, they're great. They're still good.
I'm gonna say the Statue of Liberty.
Okay.
It was like copper, so lines. Like, doesn't feel as artistic.
Oh.
I mean, it is artistic. I shouldn't say that. That was totally bad. It's just a different type of, I want the free-flowing waves of her gown. Did you accidentally get stuck in the Wild West or in the Middle Ages?
Middle Ages.
Interesting as heck, because I thought you were going to say Wild West because you just said cowboys.
Yeah, but then I'm like, I just picture Jon Snow, which is not the Middle Ages, but it is in my brain. And then, what's the movie with Heath Ledger?
Oh,
anyways.
The Knights.
Yeah,
I totally know what you're talking
But
about.
I'm like kidding, like my young brain is like my movie era, like Kid and King Arthur's Court.
You
like
work for Will Smith in Wild Wild West.
Yeah, no. Also, like, the frou-frou and his Dusty, whereas like you've got knights and castles and kings and queens.
So true. And also, like, when I think the West too, I am thinking.
Yeah.
No thanks. I'm sure you don't have the greatest of things in Middle Ages either.
By diarrhea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And for some reason they don't have it in the Knight's Age.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not a thing also. Okay. Would you rather have dinner with Leonardo da Vinci or George Washington?
He's so, well, I don't know Da Vinci personally, let's be real.
Yeah.
But I feel like the mind, the way that it worked.
Did you know he wasn't even educated?
But so intelligent.
Yeah,
right?
Genius.
Yeah. And so creative, and his drawings on the human body, and then his inventions. I just feel like that would be fascinating. No hate on George Washington too, though, but I also think he was born of a time where he was probably misogynistic. Say a lot of people back then were just super racist, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie.
That's completely valid.
No hate to our founding father, our first president. I just think that I would be more interested in a conversation with.
I could be so wrong. I actually think I think this would be a good thing for me to research because I don't think I know enough about it, but I've always kind of had it in my head that George Washington never wanted to be president. and it
That
wasn't
could be true.
his goal or my brain right now.
Mm-hmm.
If someone's yelling at the thing and they're like, no, Lauren, that's not true, but that's just how I think of it. And then I also think about, you don't know, picture-wise, because the same with Da Vinci.
I know, he could have been
like
totally...
he could have been like, they're gonna bamboozle me because I'm over here cutting up dead corpses to try to draw pictures of it.
Also true.
What
you know?
I don't know.
It was, both those times are different eras for women too.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
So
I mean, we are living in
could be problematic
such a
way.
unique time.
Yeah.
Because we're still at the beginning.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah. So you got more? That's actually true.
Unless we're in the heat, I take that back.
Right now it's like 100 degrees on a regular day.
Also,
so
I need a way for my kids to be able to get a hold of me if they have an emergency. And it's not like a cell phone. Like, there we go. Do you have another one? Or am I going with
I'm
these?
all out.
Okay. Would you write everything with a quill pen or travel everywhere by horse?
Horse.
I want the quill.
I have a quill pen if you want to try it.
Oh.
No, I have a...
Well, I think I'd romanticize it for a few days, and then I'd be like, this is
a lot of work.
super annoying, and I don't want to do this anymore.
Okay. I think that's awesome.
What historical figure would you most want to have dinner with?
Historical.
Someone that lived before us. Say not, like, since we've been alive. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say Oliver Cromwell, which, do you know who Oliver Cromwell is?
No.
Okay, so he was part of he signed the edict for, I think it's King Charles, I'm going to be wrong on this.
Okay.
The first or fifth, whatever, to get beheaded. And he was an ancestor of mine.
Okay.
And so I just feel like, and he's also very controversial.
Okay.
So I'd want to know if he thought that he actually believed in what he was building and like the beheading of him, or if he realized that he would be seen as a villain. Diana Ross?
No, Diana.
I'm joking.
Princess Diana.
Princess, and just see what actually happened too.
I don't even know. She seemed like she seemed like a genuine, sad soul.
Everybody loves her so much.
Was such a sweetheart.
I remember watching her wedding.
Friday night.
Yeah.
I remember it too, very vividly.
Okay, ready? 2 more. Tea with Jane Austen or Solve Mysteries with Sherlock Holmes?
Tea with Jane Austen.
Love.
Yeah.
I said tea first, but I also think it would be fun
to
that's
a good one.
Do some escape rooms.
That's a good one.
With Sherlock.
Yeah.
Time travel to the past or to the future? This isn't history, but...
Probably the future.
Really?
Yeah.
I went past.
Here's why.
I don't want to know.
I want to know what world I'm leaving my kids in.
Okay. Truth. I also feel like, what if it's not good, though, and then I'm just sad? Maybe it would make you change it.
Yeah, which I think you're not supposed to do based on every time travel ever. Don't do that.
Okay, so don't listen to Sherry. That's all I got.
But I mean, I don't know. I don't know that would give me... It's kind of like knowing the ending to a book.
True. You all right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I lost my papers.
All right. Before we wrap up.
Yeah. What do we got going on?
What's coming on? Do you know?
We're about to start school again.
We are about to start school again.
Summer's
I'm actually
almost over.
excited. If you're local, Lauren mentioned to me yesterday because my brain's been all over the place. There is a first day of school event you have going on.
Yeah, we're doing
on August 6th.
If you are local, just wanting to hang out with a bunch of other parents and just take a breath now that you've dropped your kids off at school, or you want to cry into some tissues that we have in the store, you can do that. And paint a teacup, and we're gonna have some pastries. It's just supposed to be communal. I feel like we need those kind of opportunities in our life.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm gonna go.
Paint and sip.
Paint and sip. Then we've got book club, which is moved. It's normally the second Thursday of the month, but this month it's going to be August 20th, which is the third one because we have open house. Also for the locals.
The third Thursday.
The third Thursday of the month, it'll be August 20th. And we are reading the book, I mentioned it earlier, it's called Every Heart a Doorway.
And
The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow.
Yep.
And it's complete.
It will be done at the end of the month. So
I thought it was done already.
No, if you have book bingo, turn it in.
On the book bingo.
Yeah.
You'll have, by the time this airs, I think 1 day.
Yeah.
So do it.
So bring it in. Well, I mean, I run the show, so I could give
true.
people a few more days just in all kindness. So yeah, turn it in. Airs will be done with story time, but we'll have Saturdays story time at 11 after morning market.
Cool.
And those have been really quiet, but we will have a romance. It's called Meet Cute at the bookshop on August 15th for singles. We said 25 to 40 as like a broad range, but like if you're 60 or 70, like probably not the right place. And I only mean that as like, hey, we've got to have some sort of cap.
Sure.
And so, and this is the first time we've done it. It's a solid hour. Dirty Sugar, a soda company, will be out here, so you can grab a drink, and then we're gonna have a few bites. So if you're nervous and don't know what to do with your hands, wear blue. It's for people who are open to someone who's actually serious, willing to kind of hopefully make conversation with people. Worst case scenario, you spend an hour at the bookshop. Worst case scenario, you make lovers that are single. So here we are. And she survived childhood cancer and wrote a book. And her husband's from Oakdale, so she will also be here August 15th starting at 11. So there's that.
I have something that
you
just reminded me. I have another workshop coming up in August. And let me see if I can find the date. Oh, it's not till August 27th.
Okay.
But if you're creative or you have like a creative business, and I know we talk about here a launch coach, and we do free workshops, and it's like actually absolutely free. Like you literally sign up and you just go watch a Zoom for an hour. So if you're not where we live, that's kind of a fun thing. And by creative business, it doesn't mean you have to be an artist. Like you can be an author. You could be, you could have any sort of creative business. And that's coming up Thursday, August 27th. But I think the announcement for it actually is. But it's coming up.
That's great.
The end of August.
And if you have any ideas for an episode or an author, please let us know.
Mm-hmm.
And we're excited to start moving into fall.
Yeah, and let us know. I'm curious if there is like a book that completely changed your mind on a genre or an author.
Or your brain chemistry.
You can email us at hereforthestorypodcast, not hereforthestorypod, hereforthestorypodcast@gmail.com. And we'll link that. Yeah. And we'll link all of the books that we talked about today. And we'll link a link if you want to try the Tropical Vacation Kit.
We'll link that.
And yeah, I'm excited to see what this next month brings for both of us.
Yes.
And all of you.
Yes.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening. And happy reading.
We'll be back soon.
Happy reading.
Happy reading. Bye.
Bye.